Ideas. No matter what, everyone has a few of them. Whether it's an idea for a song, a strategy for a sport, or even an idea for a speech. So, what even is an idea? The Oxford English Dictionary defines an idea as a thought, plan, or suggestion. However, more than that, I believe an idea is the most important part of creating anything. And just like the American author Napoleon Hill quoted, ideas are the beginning points of all fortunes. Hello everyone, my name is Aryan Shankar from the Shriram School, and today I'm going to be talking about why your idea is better than you think it is. How the process of me coming up with my ideas usually takes place is I spend my time brainstorming and noting down all the possible thoughts which come into my mind. Eventually, I come up with a desirable idea and I feel a rush of joy throughout my body. This joy, however, is short lived, as the moment I decide to work on my idea, I end up scrapping it. You may be wondering, why do I do so? And the only reason is that I don't acknowledge my idea to its full potential and don't think that it's good enough. An ideal example of me giving up on an idea takes place every time there's a competition or tryout of some sort. And when the results come in, I always end up regretting my decision. There are three main reasons for why I feel like this, and I believe many of you can relate too. So listen on, as I hope I may be able to make you appreciate every idea you come up with from now. Usually the ideas I give up on are the ones I feel others will not understand or they will mock, just because of how different they seem to usual ideas. And I end up sticking to something much more generic. Many great people have not let this get the better of them. No matter how much people mocked and laughed at them, they continued to stay true to their idea. An ideal example of this was when Louis Pasteur posed his theory of pasteurization. Doctors, scientists, and even his fellow peers mocked and laughed at him. But the moment his research began to save lives, the laughter ceased and soon entirely died out. Marie Curie's discovery of radium, Jonas Handmaid's idea for using an umbrella, and even the Wright brothers' idea for airplanes were all laughed at, yet every one of them made a positive impact to society. This is why I believe that you should never listen to what others say and always stay true to your idea, as only if you give it a chance you'll be able to find out its true value. Another reason why I give up on my ideas is that I focus on the negatives rather than the positives in it. What I tend to do is that the further I work on an idea, I quit it, and instead of looking for reasons to continue to work on it, I find reasons why I should quit. This is why I believe, although self-criticism is necessary, one should never go overboard with it. The final reason why I believe many of us give up on our ideas is that we lose focus and interest in them. From personal experience, all that I can say is the further one focuses on an idea and the more one develops it, the interest will gradually come in. And you should not give up on an idea just because you didn't see results overnight, as everything takes time and commitment. Now that I've talked to you about why your idea is better than you think it is, and why it may be more valuable than you know, I hope I have been able to make you give your ideas a second chance. And I would like all of you to promise me to go home and revisit an old idea you gave up on, as you may have been holding on to something of a greater value than you ever thought it had.